Good day to you, my friends. My name is Donato and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who've been subscribed for a while, I really do appreciate your continued support, and for those of you who are new, please do consider subscribing. So yes, here I am talking about how to deal with setbacks. Yes, setbacks. For those of you who've been following my channel for a while will know that literally weeks before Boston Marathon, I picked up a pretty nasty injury. And I didn't overcome that and was unable to race Boston, which for me was a really big setback. And I know for a lot of you guys, and the reason why I'm doing this and recording this is maybe in some way I can help someone out there, not just today, Friday the 3rd of May 2019, not just on this day, but maybe in years to come there'll be people who watch this and maybe it will help you in some way. Or if you know someone who is struggling and has had some setbacks, maybe forward this on to them in some way, because I'm going to go through what maybe not be scientifically proven, but has certainly helped me. So it's my viewpoint and the steps that I'd taken and things I'd looked at, how to deal with that setback. Missing a marathon major. There's no denying Boston Marathon is the most prestigious marathon race. For anyone who's a serious club runner or serious runner in any way who wants to do the best that they can. And the Boston Marathon, I'm wearing a top from last year, the first one that I'd qualified for. And I'd qualified 2 years in a row and was due to run this year's. But that injury happened and what could I do? And I'll go through the different stages of how I dealt with it and how we looked at the whole thing. So let me have a quick sip of my tea. Have some tea. Whilst it's not the keep calm and carry on mug, it's the stars, yes, stars in their eyes. I'll have a little sip and we'll go on to those points, okay? So yes guys, I'm going to go through 4 points that's 4, 4, so stay with me. Watch the whole thing, and if you have watched the whole thing, then please do leave some comments below, and I'd love to hear your feedback, views, comments, and how you deal with setbacks, or how you've helped someone, or how you've seen other people deal with setbacks. Leave it in the comments below, and I'd love to hear from you guys, because apparently this is the most interactive running YouTube channel out there, thanks to you guys out there, yes, you watching this. So of the 4 points, point number 1, which is really imperative, and what I've done is to keep things in perspective. From my viewpoint, and this is no disrespect to anyone who see things differently or whatever, but for me it's to keep things in perspective, keep the race that I may have missed, and it could be a number of things that can be the setback. For me, obviously it was a did not start, I didn't get to the start. For some people it might have a setback where they didn't finish, it's a DNF, did not finish. Or it might be that the race didn't quite go to plan, or you didn't achieve your PB, whatever, it's a setback, And for me, the way I look at it, I just keep it in perspective. For me, it's not the end of the world. Running isn't the only thing in my life, I've got other hobbies. For me, the running is a hobby, Now, I know for some people watching it, it may be your actual occupation or your income may be dependent on it. So if you have setbacks, it could have an adverse effect on your income or your social media influence, whatever type thing. But for me, it's a hobby and I just keep things in perspective. And I know for a lot of people, running may be the only thing for you out there. And great if that's what it is. But for me, I like to keep it in perspective. You may have noticed that I've started cycling whilst I've got the Birmingham Velo coming up in a week's time. 100 miles, that's an equivalent of a marathon. Running 26.2 miles, cycling 100 miles, that's equivalent to a marathon. So for me, I knew I had that to look forward to, and I've taken up the cycling, and it's great for the rehab, and also it opens my perspectives and helps me with that. Another things that help things keep it in perspective is speaking with friends, family who are not runners, and they do help in terms of keeping me grounded, that it's not, Boston Marathon is like the race, for a lot of runners. But missing it, as disappointing as it was, I kept it in perspective and help keep keep things together, so to speak. So that was my point number one in terms of helping it, is keeping things in perspective. Yeah, makes sense? Let's hear from you below. Yeah, what do you think about keeping things in perspective? Time for another little sip. So point number two, to help me in terms of overcoming the setback, I look at things that I've gained rather than what I've lost. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I had to look at what have I actually gained, and again, this applies to not just not starting or not getting to the races. If you didn't finish, or if the race didn't go to plan, yeah, I've got to, which comes back to number one, keeping it in perspective. Looking at what was gained. What do I mean by looking at what was gained? Now, I've done the training. Yeah, whilst I missed 3 weeks of no running, I'm now back, and yeah, the good news is that I managed 50 minutes, well 49 and whatever minutes of running, because I went round a particular block near my gym, and it was great. So that's the longest run I've done since not being able to run, so, and it feels amazing. So what I'd done there was basically keeping that in. What have I gained? The fitness I've gained from the training block is there. Whilst I've missed the 3 weeks of no running, that the aerobic and the fitness is there. Yeah, whilst I've lost in terms of the running mechanics, wherever, that will quickly come back, and it's already beginning to come back. Yeah, so the fitness that I've gained, the training that I've done, that isn't going away, and that's always gained. So, you know, if you finished a marathon and it didn't go to plan, or you didn't get the PB that you wanted, you still gained that fitness, and you can look back and then look forward, which moves me neatly on to the third point. But oh, I need another sip of tea. Oh, so nice. Yes, lemon and ginger today. As I was saying, leads me on to point number three, which is to look forward. Look forward at what we can do. As I mentioned on point number two, we've done that training. That's been a full training block, and it's felt really good, and it's helped me in terms of that sense. So I needed to look forward. What have I got to look forward to? So I was looking at autumn and winter marathon races, because to help me focus and overcoming the injury, because I know I will overcome it. Yeah, we will overcome. I'm sure there's some quote somewhere about that. Leave it in the comments below if we shall overcome. But I then looked at races in October and December and looked forward to those and see what to book, when to book. And I say I've been looking at a whole plethora of races. Obviously there's the Frankfurt race and other races as well, and even I think there's Valencia, Malaga, some in Spain in December, if the fitness took a bit longer to get up and the recovery. So I've looked through that whole period of time and looked forward. So that was my point number three in terms of looking forward to what we want to do. Yeah, which moves me on to point number four, the final point, but I need another sip. So yes guys, point number four, final point. And I do like to remain philosophical, and as I say, keeping on terms of all the points, keeping it in perspective, and looking at what we've gained, not what we've lost, and then looking ahead. Point number four, and sometimes it's just a philosophy of life, is we need to prepare for the worst but hope for the best. Yeah, that's all I can do. Yes, I hope that I'll continue for the best and then get back into racing a marathon in autumn or winter of this year, and that's what I'm preparing for. Hope for the best, but I've got to prepare for the worst. If things don't go to plan, then I'll just revert back to those other 3 points that I said earlier, and keeping it all in perspective. As I say, for me, running isn't the only thing in life. I've got the cycling to enjoy, and you're going to see more about the cycling and other things. And maybe I need to rebrand this channel, that it's not just about running. For me, it's always about being up and about and being active and having a great time and enjoying it. And hopefully you guys enjoy this channel. That's why you've subscribed, haven't you? Yeah? Giving it the thumbs up as well. So I really enjoy sharing what I learn through life and also through the running, and bringing that all together for your enjoyment, education, and all that type of stuff. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. I've certainly enjoyed sharing this with you. And whatever you're doing on this Friday, the 3rd of May, yes, it's a new month and it's my birthday month. Whee, yes, I'm getting on a bit now, but yes, remember what I said, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. But anyway, yeah, joking aside, yeah. Thank you so much for getting to the end here. And if you haven't got to the end, and you haven't yet subscribed, please do reward yourself with subscribing to this channel for more fun, frolics and shenanigans. My name's been Donato. You've been watching the Running Guru channel. Thank you all so much. Have a great weekend and see you soon. Bye.